Hi, today is September 27th and it's Friday. It is 6:54 p.m. and here I am at the courtyard by Marriott. It's over by Redforth Drive. Sorry. I was thrown out of the Sandman Hotel today. My reservation got cancelled yesterday. I was thrown out because there's the Catch the Fire conference, and I was, in fact, we all know that I was asked to leave and I was trespassed. In actuality, trespassing was never charged with me. They could not charge me with trespass because they didn't put signs up under the Section 3 Trespassers Act of Ontario. However, I was now charged with trespassing at the Sandman Hotel because there was one person, and I'm not going to name their names because they know who they are. So, this is my big so. He's there. Apparently everybody laughed at me. They laughed at my hair. They laughed at the way I am. And I guess I know I have those who support me. I guess I do. So I'm gonna spend the day, a couple days here, and then go back to Mississauga. We'll see what transpires. Of course, I'm supposed to get money, but I guess we're having a bunch of people show up to have sex with me, which is not going to happen because as soon as they do, I'm calling the police. Unless Murray shows up. Maybe I'll see Murray. But who knows? Because Ash is now a garbage can. And I'm not saying that. I mean, in her organization, she's considered a garbage can. I was supposed to meet with Ash at 6:30 in the lobby of the Sandman Hotel. I told them to call the police because I did not understand why they did not want me there. They weren't forthcoming. What I said is that they apparently said to me that because there was a conference going on and that I was released and trespassed. So in actuality, John Arnott, who owns room 828 up at the Sandman Hotel, that's where he rapes women, and that's where he actually beats men up. So it's room 828, 827, and 829, and I hope the Sandman Hotel is eventually going to be held accountable for what goes on their property. They wanted me to leave because of the innkeepers. They have a right to refuse business, which, yes, they do have a right to refuse business. I am familiar with the Innkeepers Act of Ontario because I did take hotel restaurant management. The man from the marketing department, he was actually very nice, and I will say that the manager, he was an ass. He was an asshole. So the manager on duty. I am also going to write head office and inform them of what goes on in their hotel and inform them of what John Arnott has done in his hotel. He is responsible for every single guest, and if they're going to send somebody out who's been there 4 times and who's been an exemplary, I have cleaned. I have never in my entire life, 4 times if I've entered that Sandman Hotel, have I ever, when I've stayed there for conferences, have I ever damaged a room, destroyed a room, stolen anything. I may have taken a couple of towels. Now, I have never done that. I have also been there because I had to fulfill the clauses, in which I had to remain there for 4 times. I have not received an N11 as of yet. They have to give me an N11. But what's going on at the house is that, do you remember when I said that he stole my mail? Well, it turns out he didn't steal my mail. You see, Lillian and Norman Brown live down the street on Escada Drive. And they wanted me out of the neighborhood at Christmas time when I landed there, and they didn't want me there. Lillian Brown doesn't like me. Lillian Brown has never liked me. Lillian Brown has personal things, it's a personal thing because of her past and my past. I knew her as a YWAM leader. Youth with a Mission leader, and then eventually she came to catch the fire, and she was the women's minister. So I know some history about that. I also know some history about her children. Norman Brown met Fizell. He's the owner of the house. He met Fizell during his walks out in the morning and requested, because he wanted me out of the neighborhood, he requested to have my mail. Norman and Lillian Brown stole my mail. And when I stated about $150,000 check, that was my inheritance from my family's home that was sold for $685,000, and it became null and void after 30 days. That was the last bit of William Murakami that my father's lawyer did. I believe it was from him, or it may have been from Ed himself. They stole $150,000. They took the checks. I don't know where they ended up, all my mail. Not only that, they took a $10,000 check from Catch Fire Toronto. The gift cards did go to guests. That's where they went. Lillian Brown and Norman Brown continuously want me out of their neighborhood. That's what they call it, their neighborhood. So at least we found out about that. And when I find out about things, it's not necessarily through the surveillance camera and the video and the microphone. A lot of times it can be found out when I seek our Heavenly Father's face, and I seek His face, and I enter to the throne room. And I'm not saying I'm self-righteous. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying any of that. Right now, I'm actually very upset, and I'm not going to start being vindictive. I'm not going to start pointing fingers, but I'm telling the truth. When someone continuously, that is a airplane. When someone who continuously wants me out of their neighborhood, and instead of approaching me and walking down the street and says she's being threatened by the legal team, which could be true, and is being threatened by Ash, which is probably true, and is threatened by Sandra Long, which is probably true, and steals my mail and $150,000, you, Lillian Brown, and you, Norman Brown, have committed a felony. A felony. So, for everybody that says, I want her out of the neighborhood, I want her out of the country, I want her out of the city, I want her out of Toronto, then why don't they do their very best, instead of stealing from me, why don't they do their very best to give me money and get me the hell out of here? Excuse me. I want to go. I'm in a hotel room right now. I'm going to go down to the pool in about an hour, maybe half an hour. I'm going to go, maybe I have to, I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, but I know that Heidi Baker's in town, because I was told Heidi Baker's in town. I even bought her some orange marmalade, because I know Heidi Baker likes orange marmalade. If I don't have a chance to see her, so be it. I know she may want to see me. I know Lionel Cooley might be in town, and I was supposed to see him at the Sandman. I was supposed to meet Ash at the Sandman at 6:30 and Sandra Long at the Sandman at 6:45. The reason why I was going to meet Sandra Long is because Sandra Long is jealous. Sandra Long has repeatedly lied about things. She says, I'm staying here till January. Right now, at this point, I just want my money, and I want to go home. And you want to know what home is? North Carolina. But you want to know something? Aaron and Jessica don't want me in North Carolina. And I think at this point, nobody wants me in North Carolina. So I find another place to go. My name change is going to come through. I'm still going to be Catherine Hannah Joan Damara Smith. Yeah. So, I will post this tonight. It's Friday. I have 2 days here. And then I will update you tomorrow. Thank you.